What's up, curious youngsters? After years and years of watching hundreds of documentaries, television shows, and millions of images and videos on the internet, there are still things that always surprise us. Maybe it's because there are more than 7 billion of us, and with instant access to the internet, we can literally come across anything at any time. Even if you think you've seen it all, there's always something new, and that's why Mr. Curiosity is here. For this and much more, these are 20 things you'll see for the first time in your life. Nowadays, it's normal to order practically anything for delivery. Even everyday situations can surprise us with something unusual. And we find a good example in this recording from a house in Moscow, Russia, where we see the exact moment a delivery woman knocks on the door to drop off an order. But instead of the homeowner, a well-dressed and highly trained chimpanzee comes out to receive her. As we can see, the animal not only received the pizza very politely, but also paid for it. Beyond what our eyes can distinguish, there is a miniature universe full of fascinating creatures that are imperceptible to our sight. And so that we can see what some of them look like, this biologist shares microscopic images with us that he gets using a special adapter connected to his iPhone. In this video, we see a type of annelid worm that is one of the most abundant in the world, but still manages to amaze more than one person with its incredible appearance. Thank you so much, Mother Nature. Thanks to the technology we have today, we can turn anything into digital art. And for example, a Japanese artist known as Tomo Steele had the great idea to make a cheesecake, but a little more special. Through the stop-motion animation technique, he mixed both the real ingredients of the cake with different Lego pieces, achieving a truly satisfying result that attracts both food lovers and Lego enthusiasts. People who travel outside of Earth have to do a lot of training beforehand in order to prepare themselves to live without gravity. And if you were wondering what that training is like, you should know. You should watch the following video. Thanks to these incredible images from National Aeronautics and Space Administration, we can see the YouTuber Michelle Kerr testing a zero-gravity simulator. This machine allows her to move just as if she were in outer space. And as we can see, it's an excellent exercise to master controlling her body movements in such special conditions. We know there are artists with the ability to create very detailed miniatures of all kinds. But in the following video, we'll see a different kind of work as this craftsman managed to assemble the smallest wooden engine in the world. The images we see record the step-by-step process of the construction and allow us to appreciate the meticulous work that has to be done on each part of the mini engine. The most incredible thing is that, as we can see, the model works perfectly. Surely you've come across someone with many tattoos or piercings, since for different reasons we sometimes want to change our appearance. In the case of the black alien, a 30-year-old French man, we find someone who wanted to go a bit further, since he chose to go through a transformation process. His goal is to look more and more like an alien, and that's why he tattooed almost all of his skin black, including his eyes. And this is what he looks like now after several procedures to add implants and remove the cartilage from his ears and nose. But his plan is to keep transforming, since he says he's only done 20% of what he wants to change. Why so strange, Mr. Alien? Why? Maybe you've been intrigued by the powerful jet stream from some fighter planes. If we looked at it up close, we could see some waves that repeat in the shape of rings, known as shock diamonds or Mach discs. And the following video is a good opportunity to observe those supersonic shock waves, since this YouTuber manages to generate them in his backyard, thanks to having his own jet engine. And as we can see, the combustion is so powerful that it can drill through wood in just seconds. We know that plants can grow in all kinds of places, and we find a good example of this in the following video, which is as curious as it is unmissable. What you're seeing is a striking experiment done by a YouTuber with her car. Her idea was to plant chia all over the exterior of the vehicle to turn it into a kind of rolling green carpet. To do this, she covered the car with more than 25 kilos of seeds and watered it for a few days. In less than 72 hours, they began to sprout, and the final result speaks for itself, since as we can see, it was covered with green shoots in just 6 days. One of the most commonly used tools for breaking extremely hard objects, such as a stone, is a sledgehammer or a mallet. This tool, similar to a hammer, has a strong metal head, and to find out how tough it is, you should watch this video. These images show us a powerful hydraulic press capable of applying hundreds of tons of weight. As we can see, the press has to apply a lot of pressure on the mass to destroy it, and specifically, it has to exert 380 tons on the tool, and only after that will it burst into pieces. One of the most captivating temporary works of art are chain reactions known as domino pieces, and we find an excellent example of this in the next video. What we're seeing is an impressive construction similar to a castle that took more than 3 days of work and has over 13,000 components. And even though we might not be able to explain why, it's very satisfying to watch how one piece falls after another until its complete destruction. If we think of a cannon like the ones used in wars in the past, we probably imagine a large metal tube for firing. But incredibly, this YouTuber was able to create a very small-scale cannon that works perfectly. As we can see in the video, he made this curious creation from a rather large screw, which he transformed using different machines and techniques. He finally managed to make a tiny but powerful cannon, capable of knocking down 5 full cans lined up in a row. Stay away from weapons, Timmy. We know that climbing is one of the riskiest, but also most exciting activities out there. And in the next video, we'll see this not only because of the breathtaking views from high up, but also because it's a type of solo climbing without ropes. In fact, the only safety equipment the climber had was a simple parachute. And these extreme images that look like something out of a Mission Impossible movie are real and were filmed on the highest rock wall in Yosemite National Park in the United States. Almost all the candies we know are made industrially and on a large scale, but there are also traditional candy shops, like in Japan, that use a very different and less modern method. And to see what the inside of a factory, founded in 1997 in the Japanese city of Kyoto, looks like, you should check this out. As we can see in the video, the entire process is done by hand, even when the candy goes through different machines where it is shaped and cut. Surprisingly, this place still makes its sweets by hand using the same techniques and machines from a century ago. We know that some people can learn skills on their own without needing to attend a specialized course. That's the case of this animator from the United States who works in 3D design and printing and is able to create with his own hands some incredible projects like the one we're about to see. In this video, we see the result of his latest miniature creation, where he made all the parts and electronic components of a fully functional console. As the images show us, the games are some of the first ever created in history, but they work perfectly on his curious invention. When clothes or shoes wear out, it's usually easier for us to let them go and buy new ones. But that's not the case for this restorer who, as the video shows, has an impressive talent for making any object look brand new. For example, this pair of sneakers that at first glance seemed beyond repair, with a little patience and time, this man managed to restore every part, even the smallest details, using a super professional technique. Great job, my friend. We know that Legos are a great hobby, and the brand has more and more options for sale that allow us to create different things. But did you know that even though they're made of hard plastic, it's possible to give them some movement? In this amazing video, we can see how this effect is achieved, which only requires some planning when assembling them. In this case, more than 600 pieces were used to build a sheet that can be completely bent, and it looks like a work of art. If we think about going camping, we probably imagine that we absolutely have to bring a tent. But it's also possible to spend the night in more alternative places like the vehicle we're seeing in the video. This solar-powered trailer was homemade by its owner, and it's only 2 meters long and 1 meter high. But the good thing is that thanks to its size and equipment, he can sleep anywhere he gets to with his bike. And as we can see, it's quite comfortable. It has all you need for camping, even in cold, snowy weather. Many people find it easy to cook delicious things, but in the following video, we'll see a Japanese artist who, in addition to preparing delicious dishes, works on her recipes entirely in miniature. As we can see, she built a fully equipped scale kitchen that even has an oven, which allows her, for example, to knead and bake a tiny loaf of bread. like the one we see in the video. How cute. Almost all commercial buildings in big cities have long stretches of escalators. So maybe we're used to them and they don't really catch our attention. But in the following video, we can see what it's like to ride some very unique escalators. We're talking about the ones at the top of the Umeda Sky Building complex in Osaka, Japan. These are the highest escalators in the world, since they are located more than 150 meters high, and one is in each of the 2 towers of the building. When we visit another country, we can encounter things that aren't common where we live, and that's what happened to a couple of tourists who were on vacation in Guatemala. These people were enjoying an outdoor walk when they discovered a dust whirlwind passing just a few meters away. It immediately caught their attention and they started recording it with their phone. But, as we'll see, it wasn't the only surprise nature had in store for them, because incredibly, they also captured the eruption of the Akate Tango volcano, which was right behind them.